or was it more something they did to really flatten out your offense from the outset?
Yeah, it's they had set the tone with their disposition. On their end, they started the game with some deflating offensive rebounds and the threes that gave them a little bit of a cushion. Offensively, early on, I thought the process was solid. We missed some open shots, that plays into it, but then that led to more mistakes going down the other end. And then their pressure, once they got up double digits, their pressure started to pick up. And then you do have to credit them. They took us out of, stuff we would like to get to. They were the more physical team. They bodied us, bullied us on screens, got through stuff, distorted screens, everything, flattened us out. Once we got past that first 6, 7, 8 minutes of the game, so you have to credit them for that. They were the more physical team, the team with more, physicality and force on both ends of the court.
Some of it's missed shots, but what did they do differently on Tyler that maybe made him less of a playmaker today and maybe forced him?
Yeah, they stayed at home a little bit more on the shooters, but it also depends. Like if we executed with a little bit more intention, if it would have loosened up, we won't know that answer, necessarily. Once they started bullying us and bodying us and getting us out of any kind of trigger or action, it was easy to flatten us out at that point. Nobody was open, and we were left, end of possession with just going one-on-one or dribbling through against, all their size.
The switching at times still seemed to stagnate them as they kind of chased matchups, but they ended up with a pretty high offensive rating either way. Did the one-on-one defense have to be better, or were they just making?
Yeah, it's a little bit of everything. I mean, they played with a lot more force than we did. This is who can get to who. This is what it sometimes ends up being in the playoffs, and they definitely got to us. Started with on the glass, that just gave them a little bit of life. Once they get to that, those are momentum shifting and enthusiasm inspiring plays. When they're flexing and doing all that stuff off of second chance opportunities, that's natural. Every team does that, but that kind of fueled them. Then they got easy ones, either from some mistakes or lack of communication, and